How's it going, everyone? Shifty here, and I'm back with another Destiny 2 video. Today I'm going to finish off the last exotic primaries in my PvP exotic review series. So far I've done all the exotic primaries except the bows. While the sidearms I reviewed were fairly similar, there was enough of a difference to warrant different videos. However, bows are way too similar for me to justify separate videos, so I'm reviewing the Wish Ender, the Monarque, and Trinity Ghoul in this one video. I think bows are the most niche weapon for PvP, and honestly the exotic bows aren't much different. This review will be slightly different as I'll be including 3 weapons in one video. Before I get into the reviews, if you end up enjoying the video or finding it useful, make sure to like and subscribe. Beyond Light is extremely close and I can't wait to make videos on some new content. I'd love to have you join me on that journey, so make sure to hit that sub button. Anyway, the way I'm going to be doing this video is I'm going to start with my favorite of the 3 exotic bows. That is the Monarque. And as usual, I'm still going to go over the perks for each of the bows, so let's get into it. The Monarque has natural string, which increases accuracy, handling speed, and stability. It has compact arrow shaft for increased capacity, snapshot sights for faster time to aim down sights. Then the exotic perk is poison arrows. Arrows fired quickly after a full draw become poison arrows. Precision hits with poison arrows spread poison to nearby enemies. Alright, so this weapon has potential to poison enemies and maybe even nearby enemies, but is that poison useful in any way? The Monarque does 181 per crit and 76 to the body. I won't go over the kill times because it's difficult to hit the optimal time to kill with bows, given the draw time and the fact that enemies often get to cover before you get a second arrow ready. The optimal amount of arrows for the kill would be 1 crit and 1 body. To get a kill with all body shots, you would need to hit them 3 times. Let's go over the stats here. It has fairly good range at 85, average accuracy at 56, average reload speed at 46, fairly good handling at 63, and an average aim assist stat of 70. Alright, now let's talk about what I like about this weapon. This bow felt the most consistent for hitting crits out of the 3 exotic bows. It also has a fairly quick draw time, so it's easier to shoot off a follow-up shot. This factor alone is super important for a bow. You can also make this bow a one-shot kill by using an Empowering Rift on a Warlock or using the Charged with Light mechanic. This can't be done with the other 2 exotic bows. In that regard, the poison is useful. I also do like the nearly infinite range on bows, but that's not exclusive to this particular one. Here's what I don't like. By itself, it's a bow that needs 2 shots to kill. When someone is hit with an arrow, it does massive damage and immediately scares the opponent, and they usually run to cover. This makes it difficult to hit a follow-up shot unless they are out in the open. Even if you were trying to reach the optimal time to kill with this, you'd have to draw and shoot 2 arrows. That would take about 1.3 seconds. And that is not a good time to kill. To even get the poison damage on this bow, you need to hit with a nearly perfect drawn arrow, otherwise it turns into a legendary bow. Anyway, let's move on to my second favorite bow, the Wish Ender. Again, we'll start with the perks. It has high tension string, which greatly increases accuracy, slightly lowers the draw time, and decreases stability. Then it has anti-take and fletching, which increases accuracy. Next is Broadhead, which gives it piercing arrowheads that damage the target on entry and exit. One shot can overpenetrate multiple targets. Then the exotic perk is Queen's Wrath. While aiming down sights with a fully drawn bow, enemies behind walls are highlighted. Alright, so there is a little bit of wall hack potential with this bow, but it requires a fully drawn bow. Now the damage profile for this bow is 157 per crit and 92 to the body. Again, no kill times, but you can kill with 1 crit and 1 body, and to kill with only body shots it will still take 3 arrows. Let's go over the stats for this bow. It has great range at 90, great accuracy at 86, a bad reload speed at 37, bad handling at 46, and awful aim assist at 51. Alright, well the stats aren't really helping the case for this bow. Is there anything that I liked about the bow? The wall hacks were neat. What I didn't like, again it's a bow and there isn't even a way to make it one shot. The hit detection on this is bad, and especially so at long ranges where bows should excel. Alright, moving on to the last and worst exotic bow for PvP, Trinity Ghoul. This was recently turned into a PvE monster via the catalyst, but it's not very good in PvP. Let's go over the perks first. It has high tension string, greatly increases accuracy, slower draw time, decreases stability. Then it has compact arrow shaft for increased capacity. Then the first unique perk is Lightning Rod. Precision kills grant the next shot chain lightning capabilities. Then the main exotic perk is Split Electron. Fires an arrow that splits when released. Aiming down sights and fully drawing the bow both decrease the spread. Then the exotic Catalyst makes it so any kill, not just precision kills, make the next arrow have chain lightning capabilities. The damage profile for this bow is 153 per crit and 80 to the body. This will kill in the exact same amount of arrows as the other two bows. The draw time is a bit low for this bow, so again that makes the follow-up shots much more difficult to hit. Moving on to the stats for Trinity Ghoul. It has an amazing range stat at 96, an average accuracy stat at 51, decent reload speed at 55, average handling at 58, and a pretty decent aim assist stat of 74. Alright, let's talk about what I like about this weapon. Well, then let's talk about what I don't like. If you do end up getting chain lightning arrow, you do need enemies grouped up, and when they are, it doesn't do enough damage to really help that much. In my opinion, this weapon is legitimately worse than legendary bows. When you hit a crit with any other bows, you hit a crit. When you hit a crit with Trinity Ghoul, you don't know whether 1 or 3 parts of the arrow will hit. If only one hits, you do 51 damage with a bow crit. You have to hit all 3 of the split arrows to get the 153 damage. Bows are already mediocre, and now we have an exotic that splits the arrow damage and makes you work that much harder to get the full crit damage. It's also a lightning bow without any tangible benefit from the lightning in PvP. Overall, bows are pretty bad. They have a niche spot, but you often need something to augment them, like an empowering rift with Monarque, or using Oathkeepers on a hunter to get a perfect draw. I wouldn't really recommend using a bow straight up. One of the best ways to use them is to shoot an arrow and then swap for the cleanup. Anyway, that's it for my review of the 3 exotic bows. I can't really recommend any of them except Monarque with one-shot capabilities. Using it with an empowering rift is actually pretty fun. If you ended up enjoying the video or finding it useful, make sure to like and subscribe. I just want to thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.